Well, another celebrity supporter of Obamacare is having second thoughts about how the president's signature health care law is working. Former heavyweight boxing champ Mike Tyson told CNN Wednesday that the White House, quote, just needs to come to the reality that it didn't work. This begs the question, Scottie, is it time for them to really start to admit their mistakes and maybe make some real changes?
It's sad that a man who made his millions being punched in the head over and over and over again is making more sense than Obama and the Democrats in Congress right now. He's saying, let's just scrap it all and start from the very beginning. And I think the key is when he originally did his original interview in 2012, he said that this was giving people hope and inspiration. Well, we can give people hope and inspiration without bankrupting the country. And so if this man who knows health care probably pretty well is starting to get a little scared, it begs the question, why is this administration still kind of sticking to it?
Although, in the case of Mike Tyson, some speculate that he went on there and there was nothing for tattoo removal, so he got real upset.
I'm sure they could find some loophole somewhere. By the way, you can't get your cancer treatment, but you can get your tattoo removed.
Or in this case, you probably can't get either one. But, you know, more and more people realize this. And, you know, they're telling people the site's going to be ready, but we don't want you to come to it. How absurd is that? Yeah,
please slow down. Don't go to it. Yeah. Don't visit it on Monday when we say you need to go there. But go to Amazon and make sure that you check out the Black Friday.
Dee Dee Benkie right now. Okay, now, by the way, this is a wonderful set. You know why? Because we've got the spectrum of the right. Okay, we've got the libertarian. David, I'm putting you in that category a little bit. We've got the Tea Party a lot of it, and then we've got the traditional conservative.
Be very careful.
Okay.
Hey, you got Karl Rove. You got the Karl Rove right here.
Here's the question, right? We got the 2013 election, 14 election coming up. Obamacare obviously is the gift that is just the most amazing gift in the world, but how do you take advantage of it with three distinct different voices all chiming in at the same time, Dee Dee?
Well, look, Obama has failed. It is an utter disaster for this president. And, you know, and it's actually a surprise because he's done so well politically. But now with the policy, we're seeing what's going on. He can't hide from it. People are hurting now with Obamacare. They hate it. They don't like it. I really think
we got that much, but how do Republicans take advantage of it? Do we go traditional? Do we follow the Tea Party or do we follow libertarians? Is there a way for all three to coexist?
We keep jumping on Obamacare and talk about what a failure it is. And we're talking about Ohio and how Christie's doing so well and beating Hillary Clinton already. I mean, and a lot of times the Tea Party folks will not like Christie because they don't think he's or think he's not far enough to the right. However, he's very strong. He's very different than what a Romney was. Also, let's talk about how Ohio, that campaign, the Romney campaign was not a good campaign in Ohio. Christie, his folks have it together. It's a very, very good
Christie's doing well in Ohio. He's doing well in Pennsylvania. But speaking of Obamacare, no one stood up to it like a Ted Cruz did.
That's it, exactly. And it's one thing to sit there and put Christie into states that we probably might never win again. We don't want to lose the South.
But what if Christie could win that, though?
Do you think Christie's going to be able to win Texas?
No, no, Pennsylvania and Ohio.
Yes,
Pennsylvania. The problem is you can't. We keep giving it. History has proven with moderate at the top of the ticket.
You do not know that. You are comparing him to Romney. He's a completely different candidate. Chris Christie is a force to be reckoned with. He is very strong, and he can get over the fact that he is not far to the right. So you're wrong about that.
Listen, if you have Democrats pushing Chris Christie then as our main contender, then that's the person I don't want to be.
You have to win in the middle. You have to win.
Really, because we keep putting middle, and we just
can I just say one thing here? The reason I'm not a Republican and I've been an independent forever is because of the fact that there are too many special interests that have their claws in both parties right now. It's the people that go against the special interests that are going to win in 2014, the midterm.
Guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to be back on this. Okay, now we brought you the story in the last hour, and I want to talk about this with you guys because Bill Gates, he's saying that giving money to museums, donating to the arts, when you do that, you're actually letting people starve. I'll start with you on this, David. The idea that there's a good giving versus a bad giving.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's the idea of a pie that, if I get more of it, that means you get less of it. Well, if that's the case, his having those fancy houses and the fancy cars that he has are making people starve. He's entitled to buy whatever he wants to buy, and he does a lot of buying. I'd like to see how much his American Express bill is every year. It's probably in the millions,
but there's no doubt
billions of dollars. So he's responsible for starving people by that kind of philosophy.
Because he didn't give every nickel that he had.
Yeah, I mean, the point is that you're not poor because I'm rich. That's not the way economics works. That's the way it works in a closed system like a Soviet system, but not in an open free market
All right, we talked about this, Scottie. I want to get you, Dee Dee, on this. Where do you come down on this? The notion that there's a good giving and a bad giving. And by the way, not just bad giving, but if you don't give to the right cause, you're actually creating death for other people.
Okay, he may have more money than God, but he's not God. It's not right for him to tell anyone, any American should be able to spend money on whatever it is, if it's gambling, if it's clothes, if it's bling, it doesn't matter.
But if you do want to give, though, is there a correct giving? Is there,
No, you should be able to give whatever you want to.
So buying a Van Gogh and giving it to a museum is going to help the global society more than buying a bunch of vats of malaria.
Well, believing in capitalism, believing in being an American to be able to use your money for whatever you like, I personally like the arts. I think it's good that we have museums and we have beautiful things. And actually, it's only the wealthy people that are going to be able to give to the arts. And the arts, they always suffer. So I don't think it's a bad thing
All right,
at all.
well, listen, we do have a Fox Business News alert here. We've got the Tea Party and the traditional Republicans. I think finally, Scottie, on the same page on something.
Well, yes, I'm going to agree with this one. And then we have to also just look forward to, look at Haiti. For generations, people have been doing mission work down in Haiti, providing chickens, providing food, and yet they continue to have definitely a deplorable society. The reason being is because it's a corrupt government, and you're not actually teaching people how to actually work for themselves and improve their own economy. You're keeping them reliant on giving.
By the way, look at how well the Haitians do when they come here.
Exactly.
One of the richest immigrant groups in the country, because when they get a free market, they operate well within it.
Absolutely. By the way, guys, it is kind of ironic we're having this conversation in Detroit. The one percenters who created the Detroit Museum, donated all that art, maybe they'll get $1 billion for that work and help bring that city out of its malaise. All right.